You have made a claim in employment tribunal, even if you just made it yesterday, I want you to stop what you're doing and go and download this document. It's called the Employment Tribunal Rules of Procedure 2013. If you just Google that, you will find the document on gov.uk. And this sounds boring, but this is gold, because this is the rule book of how tribunals work. And more importantly, it sets out the rules of the game of employment tribunal between you and your employer. So if your employer starts acting out of turn, this is the rule book that you can throw at them. Unfortunately, employers can get up to all kinds of wild stuff to try and intimidate you or confuse you to drop your claim. And so what you can see here is what the employer actually has to do when they initially respond to your claim. They can ask for an extension, but they have to set a specific amount of time. The tribunal gets to consult you about whether or not you think it's worth doing, all kinds of stuff like that. Use these rules. And then later on, if they're not doing things like sharing documents with you, if they're not engaging with the court in the right way, you know all the rules. And with each of these, you can then apply to the tribunal and say, I think that they are breaking this rule, please do this thing about it. And some of these rules, if they break them, you can apply to just have the whole case thrown out on their side and the tribunal find in your favor. So it's worth knowing the rules. This document will come in handy from day one of filing an ET3, because day one is typically where the fun begins with some employers. Employers often try to use the rule for strikeout immediately and try to intimidate people to drop their claim because they don't know what's going on. If you read the rule book, you'll know when that applies and when it doesn't. Finally, if you need to talk through any of this with someone else, VALA has an employment tribunal coaching service where our coaches who have been there, who have helped lots of other people go through all the shenanigans that employers can sometimes get up to, we can support you, answer your questions, and basically hold your hand as you go through this daunting process. If you want to know more about that, you can email us. It's hello@vala.uk.